Hello everyone. Today we are going to see operators and data types in Verilog. So what are operators? So operators are special characters used to put conditions or to operate the variables. Next, there are one, two, and sometimes three characters used to perform the operations on Verilog. So before proceeding towards the operator, we will see how many sets are there for basic values. So Verilog HDL value sets consist of four basic values. First is 0, that is logic 0, or we can say that it is false condition. Next 1, so it can be called as a true. Then x is used for unknown logical value, and then z is used as a high impedance or sometimes a tri-state gate. Whenever we have to go from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, so we used z, that is high impedance tri-state gates. So these are the four basic values used in Verilog. First is 0, 1, then x and z, where 0 is logic 0, or we can say that when the statement is false. Then 1 is logic 1 when the statement is true. Then x is unknown value or z is high impedance. First operator is arithmetic operators. So as the name suggests, arithmetic operators, so this performs arithmetic operations like plus and minus are used as either unary or binary operators. Now what is unary operators and binary operators? So unary means when the operation are performed to only one variable or one bit, and binary is when the operators are performed to with two variables. The operators include arithmetic operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. We will see one example here. If a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 10. So this is the symbols of what we used in Verilog, that is plus sign. So we have to use plus sign only for addition. So here b plus a, that gives you 15. So here a is 5 and b is 10. So it will be b plus a is equals to 15. Next, subtraction. So for subtraction, now here it is used with two variables. B minus a is equals to 5. Like b is 10 and a is 5. So it will give you 5. But this is called unary operators. It is used with only one variable. So that is minus b. So when you have to apply a minus sign on the number, so you have to just write like minus b, that is equals to minus 10. So this is called a unary operator. This is a binary operator because here we used two variables and here only one variable is used, so it is called as unary operator. Next, division. So division, divide b minus b divide by a, so it will give you 2. Then similarly multiplication and modulus. So this is called arithmetic operators, in which there are 5 operators: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and modulus. So they and only plus and minus, that is addition and subtraction, these two only are used as a unary and binary. Otherwise the three division, multiplication, and modulus, they are used on only with binary operators. They cannot be used with unary operators. So only addition and subtraction can be used with both unary and binary, and the other three are used with the binary operators. So this is the arithmetic operators, first operators. Next, relational operators. So in relational operators, the operators compares two operands and return the value in a single bit. Either it can be 1 or either it can be 0. So they are just used to compare two operands, and the result will be in 1 or 2, or we can say that it can be true or false. Next, the operators includes in relational operators are equal to, not equal to, greater than and equal to, less than and less than or equal to. So these are the relational operators. We will see the example of this relational operators. Here we have mentioned this. There are three variables we have used: A, B, C, D. 5 and E. So here A is equals to 3 bit B. B is representing binary numbers. So here A is a 3-bit binary numbers. The value is 0, 1, 0. Then B is 3-bit binary number 1, 0, 0. Then C is also 3-bit. All are 3-bit binary numbers. So here 1, 1, 1. Here B is representing binary number and 3 is representing how many bits are there in binary numbers. So 3 bits binary number 1, 1, 1. Then D is 3-bit binary number B 0, 1. And here Z is used as impedance. Then E is equals to 3-bit binary number 0, 1. X represent unknown value. Next. So these are the relational operators. First is greater than. So A is greater than B. Is A is greater than B is used for comparison. So compare A with B. So here A is 0, 1, 0 and B is 1, 0, 0. So it is the if A is A is greater than B. No. So this will be give you 0. 0 means false. So 1-bit binary number 0. So it gives the value in 1 bit. Then smaller is A is smaller than B? Yes, it is true. This statement is true. A is less than B. So it will become 1-bit binary number and 1. 1 is representing that true. It is true. Then greater than or equals to. So A is greater than or equals to D. Is it right? A is greater than D? No, we don't know the value. Here it is representing Z. So we cannot find it. So we can write it X. That is unknown. We don't know. Then E. Again here, this X represent unknown value. It can be 0 or it can be 1. We don't know what is this particular value. So here we have to write 1-bit X. That is also unknown. Then equality is A is equal to B. No, it is not equal to. A is not equal to B. Here A is number 0, 1, 0 and B is 1, 0, 0. So here A is not equal to B. So it is false statement. So we have to write a 0. Then A is not equal to B. Right. It is true. A is not equal to B. So here we have to write into true, that is 1. So 1-bit binary number 1. So here relational operators gives the value in 1 bit, means give the answer in 1 bit. Next, bitwise operators. So bitwise operators do a bit by bit comparison between two operands. Now here they are also used to compare, but bitwise, bit by bit with two operands. And the operators include in bitwise operators are and, that is bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise not, bitwise XOR, and bitwise XNOR. So these are the symbols used for bitwise operators, and bitwise or, then bitwise not, bitwise XOR and bitwise XNOR. So you have, whenever you want to operate as a bitwise operations between two variables, so you have to use this particular symbols. So here, if A is equals to, again this is a 3-bit binary number. A is equals to 101, B is equals to 110, and C is equals to 01, X. So these are the bitwise operators. Now bitwise operators won't give the value in 1 bit. They give the how many bits are there, 3 bits. So it will give you answer in 3 bits only. So here first is invert. So it is invert each bit. So A is value 101. A is having 101 value. So invert that bit. So 1 become 0, then 0 become 1, and then 1 become 0. So here it will give you invert A 0, 1, 0. Then and each bit. So here B and C. So here B and C. So B and C means we have to ANDing B and C each bits. So 1 into 0 will give you 0. Then 1 into 1 give you 1. And then 0 multiplied by anything. This is X is not unknown. So 0 multiplied by anything will give you 0. Then this is OR gate. So OR each bit. So here A or B. This is a 3-bit binary number. Again, so A or B. So here A is first bit is 1, and then B's first bit is also 1. So 1 plus 1, 1. Then second is 0. Then 0 into 1 is, 0 plus 1 is 1. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. So here it will give you 3-bit binary number 111. Then XOR, you have to perform the XOR operation with A and B operators, and it will give you the value B, 3-bit binary number 010. So in this manner, you have to perform this operations. Then the next one is XNOR, and A XNOR B. So here we can write here A XOR B gives us 011. So XNOR means invert of XOR. So it will become 0 become 1, 1 become 0, and 1 become 0. So this is the bitwise operators. Next, logical operators. So logical operators are bitwise operators and are used only for a single bit operands. Now here it used for single bit operands. They are similar to bitwise operator, but they perform with a single bit operands. They return a single bit value. Now here in bitwise operator, they return a value, how many values are there in A or B. If it is 3-bit, then answer will be in 3-bit, or if it is 4-bit, answer will be in 4-bit. But here in logical operators, they return a single value, that is either it can be 0 or 1. They can work on integer or group of bits expression and treat all non-zero values as 1. Then the logical operators are generally used in conditional statements since they work with the expressions. Now here they are used with conditional statements. Whenever we write a Verilog coding, we will see in next lectures that loops in Verilog. So when we use if loop, if the statement is true, if A is equals to B, or if A is not equals to B. So here they logical operators are generally used with this condition statements, and they include logical not gate, logical not, logical and logical or. So here we have to use this symbols, that for logical not gate, then logical and then logical or. So there are 3 operators in logical operators. So we'll see example. Here A is equals to 3-bit binary number 010, and B is equals to again 3-bit binary number 000. So this is the operation performed. First is not true. First logical operator, that is not true. So here A and B. First bit 0 with 0. So it will become 0. Then 1 into 0, 0. And then 0 into 0 is 0. It should be, right? It should be 1 bit 0, but here it is not true. So therefore this sign is there and this statement is true, because this should be 0 and here it is written 1. So it is not true statement. Next, both expressions are true, ANDing. So here now see A ANDing B. When we do A ANDing B, the answer should be 0. So here 1 bit binary number 0. So this statement is true. So here this statement is false or not true. This statement is true, and here also this both are true. So A or B. So here 0 with 0 give you 0 plus 0 will give you 0, 1 plus 0 will give you 1, and 0 plus 0 will give you 0. Here 1, here not all bits are 0. So here it will become 1. So this statement is true. If these reduction operators, so what are the reduction operators? So they are unary form of bitwise operators and operates on all the bits of operands vector. So this is also a nothing but bitwise operator, but it is a unary form of bitwise operators. Also they return a single bit value. So they are and reduction or reduction and reduction or and reduction XOR. and then reduction XNOR. So we'll see the examples here. A is equals to 5 bits. Now we have taken 5 bits number, 5 binary number 10101. Then B is 4 bit, C is 3 bit, and D is also 3 bit. Now and reduction and, so ANDing all bits. So just AND all bits of this operand only A. So here ANDing A will give you 1 bit binary 0. How? So here and this bits A 1 ANDing with 0, that is 1 multiplied by 0 will, see here A is 1 0 1 0 and 1. So and this values 1 with 1 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 1 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0. So all bits are 0. So here it gives in 1 bit. So 1 bit is equals to 0. So this is ANDing reduction operators, reduction ANDing of A. Next D, ANDing D. We have to AND this D. So X, that is unknown. So anything multiplied by 0 will give you 0. Then 0 multiplied by 1 will give you again 0, and 0 multiplied by 1 will give you 0. So it will become 0. Next, NAND all bits. Now just NAND all bits. NAND means inverting of AND. So we have ANDing of A is given by 0. So NAND operator will become 1. Then OR, next is OR operator. So OR all bits. So here A 1 plus 1, 1 plus 0, 1, then 1 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1, 1. So it will become 1. Again similar for with using C. Then here it is Z. So we don't know the value of Z. So we can write it X, that will be always unknown. Then NOR operator, then XOR operator, and then XNOR. So in similar manner you have. And shift operators. Shift operators, the first operand by the number of bits specified by the second operands in the statement. So they are used to shifting the first operands. So how they shift and what are the vacant positions. So vacant position are filled with the zeros for both direction, left or right. The operators include shift operators are shift left and shift right. So here A is given by 4-bit binary number 1010 and B is equals to 4-bit binary number 10x0. So just we have to shift it. So here first is right shift. So B is shifting by 1 bit. So we have to shift. This is the value of B. So we have to shift it by 1 bit, right side. So just shift this. So X will, here it will become X, then 0, then 1, and this vacant position. So vacant positions are filled with 0. So it will become 0. So here the answer will be 4-bit 010X. Then shift left. Now this is the value of A and we have to shift that left with 2 digits. This will become 1, then 0, and then this 2 position will be vacant. So what should we do with vacant position? So they are filled with 0. So just add here 0, 0. So it will become 4-bit binary number 1000. So this is our shift operators. Next, 7 operators are concatenation operators. So what are their operations? So they combines 2 or more operands from a larger vector. So the operators include, this is the symbol for a concatenation operator. And next is a replication operator. So here replication operators is making multiple copy of an atom. When we use to make a multiple copy of any variable or any values, so we have to use this replication operator. So they are so this is the symbol of n times. N means and how many times you have to repeat that particular atom. So here one example is this one: if A is equals to 4-bit binary number 1010 and B is 4-bit binary number 10x0. So we'll see concatenation operator. So what is concatenation operator? They combines two or more operands. So how they combine? See, A is 4-bit number, that is 1010, and B is also 4-bit number 10x0. So just combine these two operands A, B. So concatenation operator A and B. So here 4 plus 4, it will become 8-bit digit number, and then 8 binary 8-bit. Here you have to write B, that is binary number 8B, and then 1010. This is the value of A, and then afterwards the value of B. Just combine these two operators, operands A and B. So this is the concatenation operator. Next, replication operator, that is 1 0. So just you have to repeat this with 3. So 3 times, when you repeat this 3 times, it will become 6. So 6B and 1 1 0 1 0 1 0. So you have repeat this 1 0 value by 3 times. So this is called replication operators. The another operator is conditional operators. So conditional operators synthesize to a multiplexer. It is same kind as used in C or C++ and evaluate one or two expression based on the conditions. So this is the condition operators. Uh, One operator is there, condition operator. So it is just used to testing the condition testing. So here test condition, if it is true, do this, and if it is wrong, do another. So it is used in loops. If the statement is true, then do this particular task. If a statement is false, do the another task. So this is called conditional operators. So here operators are finished. So there are 9 types of operators in Verilog. Then operands. What is operands? So operands are expressions or value on which an operators work. All expressions have at least one operand. So first operand is.
So here first operand is literals. Literals are constant valued operands that are used in Verilog expressions. The two commonly used Verilog literals are string literal and numerical literal.
String is nothing but the character which we have to pass in Verilog. If you want to display anything on the screen, that is, if you want to display the only just one word, that is hello. If you want to use display hello word, so here these are the characters. So here these characters are enclosed in a double quotes like this. So you have to mention this in double quotes. So here this is called a string, which can be a statement, words, or a paragraph. So this is called a string. Then numericals, and we can pass the numerical value. So here numerical value can be a binary number, octal number, decimal number, hexadecimal number. We have seen the binary numbers, how to define the binary number, that is 4. Here 4 is representing how many bits are there, then binary, then 0 1 0 1. Then for octal you have to write O 4 O, that means it is representing octal number. It can be 0 1 0 1. Then hexadecimal number 2. Hexadecimal number is represented by H 2. H 2-bit hexadecimal number 38. So in this way, you have to define the numericals in binary, octal, decimal, or hexadecimal. For decimal number, you have to write D. So this is the first operand. Next operands are wires, registers, and parameters. So wires, regs, and parameters are the data type which are used as operands in Verilog. So here it is used as a bit selection and part selection. So this is also bit select and part selects are used to select one bit and multiple bits respectively from a wire, register, parameter, vector using square brackets. Now when you have to use this is called vectors. when you have to use, suppose A is uh, this is the one block and there are number of inputs 1 2 3 4. This is so instead of writing 1 2 3, just you have to write A is from 0 to 3. So this is called vector. Here it will become A0, it will become A1, it will become A2, and this will become A3. So A is from 0 to 3, or we can write it as 3 is to 0. A3, A2, A1, and A0. So this is called vectors representation, and for vector representation you have to use square brackets. Now what is bit select and part select? Now register, we know that registers are used to store the data. Wires are just used to for connection, to show the connection between your hardware or your gates. When we use gates, like suppose this is the OR gate, this is A, B, this is A, input A, B, and this is output. So A, B are the wires, and it does not stores any numbers, but registers are used to store the number. Suppose we have used 4-bit numbers and we have to store that particular number. So this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this we have to, when we have to use the to store any number, we have to use the registers. So here, suppose 1 is stored here, 0 is stored here, 0 is stored here, and then 1 is stored here. So it will be, so the value is 1010, which get stored in the by using registers. So what is bit select? Now here, if I select x2, so what is the value of x2? This is the number x, and x2 at the position 2, the number is 0. So x2 become 0. Then x3, what is x3? So at the position 3, the number is 1. So it will become x3 become 1. This is called bit selection. And part selection is if I want to select the part from here to here, like from 2 to 0. So it will become 0, 1, 0. So this is called part select and bit selection. Then function call. Next is the, so here function calls that used to return value of a function is used directly in an expression without first assigning it to register or values. Now or wires. Now it is used whenever we want to return any value from one loop or one function to another function, or when we have to call another value, one value from another function, we have to use the function calls. So this is the function call just to return the values, and it is mostly useful to know the bit width of a return value for a function call. So it is used to know the how many bits are there, or the width of that particular bit which the value is getting returned. Next, what are the data types? So Verilog data types, including several new data types which are used to write or understanding the coding, and it makes RTL description easier to write or understand. Next, the data storage and transmission element found in digital hardware are represented using a set of Verilog hardware description data types. And in the Verilog data types mainly divided into two types, nets and registers. So these are differed in way that they are assigned and hold the values, and also they represent different hardware structures. So first we'll see what is nets. So nets are used to connect between hardware entities like logical gates, and hence do not store any values. Now what are nets? They are just used to show the connection between hardware, just how many connections are there in that particular hardware with the logic gates. Just they are showing that connections, and they do not store any values. The nets variable represent the physical connection between structure entities and logical gates. They are representing the physical connections, and they do not store any value. Then these variables have the value of their drivers, which changes continuously by the driving circuits. Now we can change the value by driving the circuits. some net data types are try, var, trior, wand, try and try 0, try 1, supply 0, supply 1, and try register. These are the data types in net. First is wire. So a wire represent physical wire in a circuit and used to connect the gates or module. Just used to connect the means how many wires are used to connect the gates. So this is the representation of connection. Then the value of wire can be read but not assigned to in a function or block. Just it is used to read. Then wire does not store its value but must be driven by a continuous assignment statement or by connecting it to output or gate. So it do not store the value, but it can be changed with the statements or by connecting the it to output. Next one, that is logical and. So when the wire is connected to the and gate, so we that is called WAND, that is logical and of all drivers connected to it. Next, WOR, that is logical or for the variables. Next, try, this is a three state. So all drivers connected to a try must be Z. Now we know that try state is represented by Z, that is impedance, except one determine the try's value. Next, the supply 0 and supply 1. When we define supply 0, that means it is connected to logic 0, that is grounded. And when we define supply 1, that is meant it is connected to power supply, or it can be a logic 1. Then another is registers. So here registers is a data object that stores its value from one procedural assignment to the next. So it is used to store the values. Then they are used only in function and procedural blocks. They are used in functions. Then register is Verilog variable type and does not necessarily imply a physical register. So here for register we have to use the keyword reg. Then some registers are reg, integers, time, and real register, which are most frequently used type. Next, reg. So here it is used to describe the logic. Then int, it is a integer which can be general purpose variable. They are used mainly loops, parameters, and constants. So here they are integers are mostly used in loops, parameters, and constants. They store data as sign number, where explicitly declared register type store them as unsigned. Now here they store the sign. We can use sign numbers also. So integer used with sign numbers only. Then real, it is a system modulus. Then time and real time for storing simulation time in test benches. So this is a 64-bit time, and real time is a 64-bit quantity that can be used as conjunction with the dollar sign time system as to hold the simulation time. So it is used to hold the simulation time. Next, Verilog string. So strings are stored in registers. So here strings, we know that what is a string. We have seen a string, that is a characters when we have to pass the statement or any words. So here strings are stored in register, and the width of register variable has to be large enough and to hold the string. Each character in a string represent an ASCII value and require 1 byte. If the variable size is smaller than the string, then the Verilog truncates the leftmost bits of the string. And if the variable size is larger than a string, then the Verilog adds 0 to the left of the string. So if x is given by vector, or x is equals to 4-bit number, and I have to write this is 4-bit, x is equal to 4-bit number, and I have to write a small word, that is my string, SAMALL. So how to write this? So just what it's, if it is smaller, now the numbers are, it's a string is of 5 bits, and here x is only 4 bits. So how it stores this 5 number? So it when it is smaller, then it truncates or neglect the left moves. So this is neglecting. So here it will become m a l l. And if it is larger, suppose it is 6 bit, 6 bit, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So here what it adds 0 to left bit. So here add 0, and then whatever the string is there, that is s m a l l. So in this manner the string works. So first we have to define how many in a string how many characters are there. So first we have to define the particular if it is, it gets smaller, then it neglects the leftmost bit, and if it is larger, then it gets the zeros get added in the particular register to store the string. So hope you have understood what is data types and operators.